and welcome to Tullahoma's Cooking. I am Kelly Lipchinsky, and I am joined today by our Alderman Rupa Blackwell. You probably recognize her, and she's going to do all the cooking today. That is fabulous. And as you can tell, we're back in the studio for the first time since I think March, maybe earlier. Oh, wow. So we're really glad to be back here today and to have a guest in the kitchen. Now, I do believe what you're making for us today is a quiche.
That's right.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about this process and what we're making today.
So we're making kind of a quiche Lorraine, but not quite, because I'm using bacon instead of like ham, I think is what they normally do. My daughter thinks quiches are fancy, and she doesn't realize that what I'm essentially doing is making an egg casserole for her over and over again as fast as possible. So this is what her favorite meal is that I make, other than beef vegetable soup. She likes that, but I think we all mostly know how to make that. So
okay,
yeah.
Well, good. You're right. I've never made a quiche, so yes. I will be learning right along with you.
Right. So we're gonna do a quiche, and we're gonna do a salad that's also her favorite, and it's got blueberries and almonds and goat cheese and these little olive oils and balsamics that I use as a dressing. That it's sweet. It's sweet though. So just as a heads up, it's not exactly like your regular salad. It's definitely sweet, sweet, sweet. So,
okay, yeah. Good deal. Now, and one other thing we should mention, because when time comes to put this in the oven, this is an oven cooked meal.
Yeah.
What temperature have we preheated for?
We preheated it to 375.
375.
That's for the quiche itself. And so, yes, 375.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So we do have a stovetop element to get to as well, right?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So onions. And so some of this stuff I pre-cooked or pre-prepped. Onions. We've got onions first, and butter. So the first thing we're going to do is, I'm going to do a lot of butter. So throwing in some butter. We'll see how hot this is first. I put it on like approximately medium heat is what I'm guessing. Yeah, okay. It looks good. And I've got one diced medium onion. I got a yellow onion. Sweet onions are good too. And essentially what we're going to do is, I guess, saute them. I don't know the words for cooking things.
Saute sounds right. If you're putting it in butter, there you go.
Putting it in butter. We're going to kind of caramelize them, I guess. Is that what I'm doing?
Sure.
So my husband's more of the cook. I do like the things that are a lot easier. He does like all the gourmet stuff.
I gotcha.
And for me, I'm like, whatever I can pre-prep, because I've got meetings typically at night, and the kids, right, running around crazy. So whatever I can do between nap time, etc.
So that is the whole onion.
The whole onion.
Okay.
We may not use all of it when we put it into the pan itself, or the
I was curious about that. The volume looked like it was going to be quite a lot of onion.
They're going to cook down a bit, but typically I'll use about 2/3 of the onion.
Okay.
And this was a small to medium sized one, so I did all of it. And if I'm going to cry while I'm chopping something, I may as well get it done.
There you go.
So.
Oh, I love the smell of onions and butter.
I do too.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So now, while the onion is cooking down, what will be the next step? What's the next thing that you'll be putting in the pan when the onions are ready for it?
The pan is done.
Okay.
Because what I've done also is typically during this time, I'm baking bacon. So I don't like to do bacon on the stove. Mm-hmm. I typically will take a cookie sheet and I'll put aluminum foil down, because I don't want to have to deal with
throw
the
away
mess.
Grease and drippings,
and so I'll 7 pieces of bacon. I do the thick cut. Mm-hmm. And I cook it in the oven at 400 for about 18 minutes.
Okay.
Usually if I do 18 minutes, I don't have to flip it over. And it's usually pretty well done. I don't like flimsy bacon.
Right.
I like it to have some bite to it.
Just shy of crumble, huh?
Yes. And typically I'll actually do this for the quiche. I'll do it a little more soft, because it'll cook a little bit in the quiche.
Right.
So.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you're basically getting those just a little bit cooked down, a little transparent.
Yes.
Okay.
Want them to be translucent, or whatever that word is, and then be done with that. It's literally just, this is unsalted butter that I'm using.
Ah, good.
Yeah, I don't know why. And I never knew that there was a difference.
You know, a lot of recipes will ask you to use an unsalted butter because you're going to use salt later in the recipe. So it's one of those things that's handy to have around, right?
It is. Well, and that's all we buy at my house is unsalted butter. Unless it's, because we'll add our own salt, exactly like you said.
Right.
Like I told you guys earlier, my husband is a butter snob. I grew up, my parents were like, we like margarine.
You know,
it's healthier.
I did not grow up as a butter snob, but I'll tell you what, I met a lady one time. I'd made cookies at Christmas. I make Christmas cookies. And I gave them to the mother of a friend of mine. And she took one bite and she went, "Oh, you used real butter." And I didn't know until then that was something you could taste the difference in.
Well, especially browned butter, right? What kind of cookies do you make?
Sugar cookies every year, sugar cookies. And it used to be, I'd alternate red maraschino cherries with green maraschino and make them, decorative Christmas cookies.
That's cute.
You can't find the green anymore, so.
Even like during fruitcake season?
You would think, no, you can find the sort of dried green maraschinos, but like the cocktail maraschino cherries in a jar, you can find red everywhere, but not so much the green.
You're right. Well, I mean, we keep maraschino cherries on hand. On Friday nights, we try to do a movie night for Avery. It's starting to burn. Let me turn it down. And she will get a Shirley Temple.
Ah,
that's her cocktail.
Right,
to go along with my cocktail.
Sure.
So I think these are looking pretty good. I'm gonna pull this off.
All right, good
Turn
deal.
this off. It's hot, hot, hot.
You got it.
Yeah. Move this over here. Okay. So let's start with pie crust. Actually, let's grab this bowl. And we've got 4 eggs. Actually, I'm going to put it in here.
And I have left those at room temperature for you.
Perfect.
Okay.
I don't ever think about that. I just pull them out of the thing. So I found this recipe a long time ago, and it was like a quiche recipe. And I wanted to have a basic quiche that I could just throw whatever I wanted to in, because we also like a spinach, feta, tomato one too.
Sure.
So what they typically said, or what I found, was that 4 eggs and 1 cup of heavy cream. And then throw whatever you want in after that.
Oh, nice.
So this is the base, is what I use is 4 eggs, and I totally do that. I hope y'all don't mind that I just break the eggs right on my countertop.
No worries.
Which that's what I do.
That is actually the preferred method to putting it in the bowl, because you're more likely to get shell in the bowl if you crack on the side of the bowl.
Yeah, and There we go. Okay, put it in there. I didn't think about that. Okay. And then we'll clean that off so we don't have salmonella issues at some point. I'm gonna wash my hands real fast.
And while she's doing a quick wash of her hands, I'll give this a little wipe down. There we go. All right.
And then I just wipe my hands on myself. Is what's happening. So I'm gonna whisk it real fast, and then I'm gonna throw in my cup of heavy cream. So healthy.
There you go.
Okay.
And now you can buy a half a pint.
Yes.
Is a cup.
Yes.
Or I'm sorry, the half cup that you were asking. So you're saying cup or half cup? Cup. Okay.
Cup. Half pint's a cup, right?
Every once in a while, something comes out of my mouth and I know it's right, and then I go, "Was I right? No, hang on."
Right. I always get confused though with these, and I always end up buying the bigger one, thinking it's the right one. Then I remember that I can get the small guy right here. So here we go.
So no measuring necessary. It comes in prepackaged.
No, exactly. And then putting it in there. And here we go. Mixy, mixy. That's what Avery says. Mixy, mixy. That's what she used to say. Do you ever watch those tasty videos?
Yes. In fact, we did a loaded baked potato soup episode of this show that was based on a tasty video.
That's awesome.
And we gave them credit. We linked to their recipe.
Oh, there you go. When she was little, we would watch it because she loved watching him cook. And so she would watch it over and over and over again. And she'd be like, "Look, they mixy, mixy." And just before she could read. And it was absurd. Okay.
Yeah.
This is ready to go. And now let's do the Gruyere. You know what I'm going to do? Can I just go right on here?
You can absolutely do that,
Okay.
or I can get you a plate if you would prefer.
No, let's go straight on
All
here.
right.
If this is clean, we're good to go,
Absolutely.
right? So this is about 6 ounces of Gruyere is what I'm going to guess?
That's
6 to 8?
probably about, yeah.
And yum. I love Gruyere. And so I'm just going to grate it. It's going to take a while, and I'm really glad that my hand is now working again, so I can do this. Just had surgery like 2 weeks ago.
But if you would like me, I'm right here if you would like me to do it instead.
Nah, I got this. It's
All right.
lovely being able to do this. I have had to have my husband do the darn grating for me for months at this point, and so it's nice to be able to use my thumb again.
All right, well, good. Glad you were able to recover from that. What did you had an injury, or was it just one of those natural?
It was an injury.
Okay.
It was a repetitive stress injury. That's a long story that
Gotcha. No worries.
is done, thankfully.
Good.
So, while we're doing this, we can grab the pie crust.
Okay.
And we're going to layer all this stuff in first before we throw the eggs in.
Now, are you going to end up using both pie
We're going to
crusts?
use one.
Okay.
And usually I can get everything to fit in one. If not, I just go a little light on the egg cream mixture. I think we're going to be good with the Gruyere right there. So, Let's do the onion base first. Just put it on in. Okay. This is a pre-cooked pie crust because I don't have time for anything else.
Well, yeah, I mean, simple, easy.
Simple. I know it looks heavy on the onions, but trust me, they cook down quite a bit. So there's that layer of onions.
All right, let's put it right here where we can have people see what you're doing.
That's true. Okay, layer of onions. And then we will do bacon. So you'll see I rough chop it, so it's not like super diced, and I'll just layer it on here. I did 7 pieces of bacon, and I bake it at 400 for about 18 minutes, and then I eat usually one of the slices right. As I go.
Hey, you have to test your food. You have to know what your end product's going to taste like.
And I was a vegetarian for a long time, and I have to say I missed out significantly, and I love me some bacon.
Oh, good.
Okay, so cheese.
All right.
And yes,
now I'm going to steal a bit of that because I'm not familiar with
it. It's nutty.
Gruyere.
See if it feels nutty.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's stinky
cheese.
cheese.
Yeah. That's lovely.
Right?
Okay.
With like a little bit of like a peach chutney or a peach like.
It's a little strong. It does give you a little bit of a burn would be the wrong word, but it does kind of hit you in the back of the throat for just that first second. Interesting cheese.
Cheese, always with cheese.
Okay, and that is a French cheese you're going to find in the specialty section of your grocery store. You don't go in looking for that with the cheddar.
Now there are times when, depends on what cheddar you're looking for. There are times when I will, if I don't have Gruyere, I can sometimes throw Parm in a little bit. But I'll do like if I do a Parm, I'll mix it with like a Munster or something else that's like a Romance. But really, the great thing is just the 4 eggs and the cup of cream, and you can kind of put whatever you want in there. My mom likes broccoli in her quiche. That is too healthy for me. And so then I just pour this on in. We'll try to make it.
Oh my goodness, that looks so lovely.
And then, so I'm gonna. I know
of course, you know, basically, again, I say this in so many episodes, but you get to your egg and your dairy, and you are right on the edge of custard. These are all the different ways that you can make a custard, and a quiche, it looks to be, is yet another variation of custard.
It is. I found that out today when I was just Googling, making sure it was the 375 degree and not 350. Okay.
Yeah, well, then I will handle the door for you.
Oh, Lordy, here we go. I'm actually
all right, and be careful.
This is the part. This is the transition, right?
Right, right. Got it?
Yes.
Well, all right, there. Lovely.
Not nearly as much as a klutz as I thought. All right, cooking time. Let's go 35 to start.
35 minutes. We're going to let that cook for 35 minutes. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll see you right after this. Did you know that Tullahoma Utilities Authority has a solar farm right here in Tullahoma? For as little as $4 a month, you can support solar energy production and breathe a little easier, knowing you're taking positive action to reduce your carbon footprint. Call 455-4515 today.
Well, we just got married a couple weeks ago. We're both from Tullahoma, so we know Tullahoma and we know TUA and know their service, and so really didn't talk about anybody else. We just knew we were going to TUA, and so appreciative of how y'all serve the community, and glad to be a part of it.
And welcome back to Tullahoma's Cooking. Once again today, we are making a quiche with Alderman Rupa Blackwell. Now, she's got that quiche in the oven. Tell me again, 375 was the temperature on that?
35 minutes.
35 minutes.
And then we'll check and make sure it's looking good on top.
Absolutely. So while we're waiting for that to cook, we're going to get ready a side salad. Is that the right way to sort of describe this? All right, well, let's see what we've got going on this.
All right. Like I said, I'm pretty, I don't have much time at night. So I typically buy a spring mix. Sometimes I'll do spinach and take the time and cut it and whatever, but typically I'll just do a spring mix because Avery really likes this salad. It's like her favorite salad, like I said earlier. So take a couple handfuls of spring mix, throw it into here.
Now, Rupa, really quickly, just
Yeah.
in case there's somebody watching who's not that familiar with you.
Okay.
When you say Avery, tell us about how many children you have and how old they are.
I have 2 kids. Avery is 8, and Jack is my baby, and he just turned 1 a week ago. Is it
wow.
exactly a week ago? It was, no, 5 days ago. 5 days
Okay.
ago at this point, yeah. They are
So Gruyere
something.
is kind of an advanced cheese for a little one.
Yeah, no, so my daughter's kind of a foodie.
Okay.
Like freakishly so. She likes olives. At a very young age, she was eating olives, and my husband's a foodie, and like Brie's her favorite cheese. She likes
Wow.
prosciutto. She's
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
she's pretty intense.
So we'll get her in here sometime soon,
right.
right?
Well, she loves. I'm telling you, she's obsessed with helping us cook. Like she likes to have her hands in it, and we've been virtual schooling.
Okay.
And because of that, she at 11 o'clock is lunch, and they have 11 to 11:45, and so every day she's been preparing her own lunch.
Oh,
so today
wow.
she had 2 slices of cheddar cheese, a avocado. She needed my help like cutting it and then scooping. She did the scoop part, and then she did what else did she have? It was just like this array. A piece of bacon. The other half of the bacon and
Right.
and stuff like that. And so she creates, and she just loves it. She's like, "Is this healthy?" I'm like, "Yes, it's healthy, but also just eat your food." So.
Right. There you go.
So I'm gonna throw some slivered almonds in here. As much as you'd like, we like almonds at our home. Sometimes we toast them, but not very often.
Okay.
Just because it takes a little extra time. And with Jack, we haven't given him almonds yet, and so sometimes we haven't been using them yet because he's still young. So about 3 handfuls of almonds is what I would do to that. 3 handfuls of spring mix. 3 handfuls of blueberries is probably going to be good.
Okay.
So good. Blueberries they're yummy. Okay. You know what I thought? What we should get is probably something to like tongs. I think we saw some
Yeah,
over there.
yeah, I'm sure we have those.
Then I do goat cheese. I love goat cheese. I think it's delicious. I think, yeah, there we go. So goat cheese is delicious. And I use a fork and I just kind of like crumble it in.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
It doesn't make for easy resaving, and I'll at most use like probably a third of this 8-ounce. This is 8 ounce. Yeah, this is an 8-ounce log of goat cheese, which makes it sound really gross when you say it that way. But
Well,
it's a log of
feta
cheese.
is a sheep cheese. Now, how close are they? I mean, if you didn't or couldn't find goat cheese, could you substitute feta?
I would do
or
feta, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I would really like it if I had feta. I wouldn't do blueberries. I would do strawberries if I had them.
Okay.
Yum, yum, yum.
See.
Yeah.
So already we've got variations on a theme. Still easy.
Yes. That's do the same thing and just switch out the random things in it is what I kind of do. Just don't have time to think about it.
Yeah. Awesome.
If you meet my daughter, she doesn't stop talking, so I don't have time to think. So yeah, about a third is what I actually did. If you look
Okay,
at it,
right, sure.
maybe a quarter, but I like to go heavy on the goat cheese. Again, it's not very healthy, but it's delicious. So, okay. And then, so for my dressing, I typically do like a 3-to-1 ratio, which I think is what they say to do for an olive oil based dressing. So three olive oil to like 1 balsamic.
Okay.
And so, oh no, here we go. Opening this one, yes. It's not open. Good.
Brand new.
Brand
All
new
right.
olive oil.
Virgin,
Okay.
extra virgin
Extra
olive oil.
virgin olive oil. And then, so I eyeball it and do a little bit more. So I'm going to guess this is about 3 tablespoons to 1 tablespoon balsamic. So there's this store up in Murfreesboro that I get my balsamic olive oils for, and I'm going to let you choose, Kelly.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Do you want a peach or blackberry?
You know what I'm going to suggest? We're going to take this bowl that I put our leftover onions in.
Okay.
And give me just a dollop of each.
Okay.
Right next to those onions.
Do you want me to stick it in this instead so you don't get the onion taste?
No.
You sure? Okay. Here, try this is the blackberry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blackberry balsamic. That's interesting.
And they age their balsamic. Try that.
Okay. All right.
And this
we
is
have one county heard from.
Here's the peach. Let's see if I can go. It's lighter.
Okay. I'll use a different finger.
Yep.
It is lighter, and they're very different.
Uh-huh.
But trying to decide which to go. I think go with the peach.
Yep. That's what I would have picked too.
All right.
Okay.
I was trying to figure which would go with the blueberries, and
That's what I think the peach does really well, especially with the goat cheese too. So 3-1. Looks about right. And then,
no, what's surprising about that choice is that I do not really care for peaches.
Really?
Really?
That's sad.
I know,
didn't
people
either.
love peaches.
They're so good. So I didn't eat fruit very much, and so this is how I do it. Like my husband's
Nice,
like,
yeah.
you should use a whisk and an emulsion,
In a
blah
blender,
blah
yeah,
blah.
yeah.
And I'm like, cool. This is how I'm going to do this.
Right.
I didn't eat much fruit until I met my husband, and I love fruit. And peach is my favorite. And when I was pregnant with Avery, that's what I was craving was peach and mango.
I gotcha.
See, it's nice and
Yeah.
light.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and then I am just going to be done with that here. I'm going to.
All right, let's hold on with the dressing.
Okay.
We'll wait, because you don't want your salad to get soggy, and we still
No,
have a
we
little
don't.
more time
For sure.
with the quiche in the oven. So, if that is prepared, it looks delicious.
Yes.
We will come back when the quiche comes out of the oven. We'll finish dressing that salad. We'll bring the quiche out to plate it, and we'll do that right after this. Thank you.
We've probably had light tube service for 3 or 4 years. It's been fabulous, especially the fiber and quickness of it. Customer service has always been awesome with light tube. Any issues, address it right away. We looked at a number of factors, just the speed and being able to, for the customer service of taking care of us if we've got an issue, and we saved a little bit of money as well.
Did you know that Tullahoma Utilities Authority has a solar farm right here in Tullahoma? For as little as $4 a month, you can support solar energy production and breathe a little easier, knowing you're taking positive action to reduce your carbon footprint. Call 455-4515 today. And welcome back. We are at the tail end of our quiche created today by Alderman Rupa Blackwell, and it is about to come out of the oven. Now, the oven has been off for about 5 minutes. We have let it set up just a little bit as we bring it out.
Yes.
But let's take a look at how this came out. And I've had a sneak peek. It's a joyous thing.
It actually did pretty well, as I try not to burn myself on my way out. There we go.
I'll get the oven. Oh, you
I
got
got
it.
it.
All right.
Okay. There we go. So
Look at that.
turned out pretty good. Browned on top like I wanted. Looks pretty decently set. Let's take a look and see real fast. So you
Okay.
can see if it's set like it won't squish down too much. You'll see that it's like coming clean. So that's how you can kind of tell
Okay,
it's set
good
pretty
deal,
well.
right,
So
absolutely.
gonna let it sit for a second while I dress the salad so
okay.
that then it can set up just a little bit more and maybe cools off a bit. So
Now, of course, through the magic of television, we just went to commercial break, but
Right.
it has been several minutes in between while we were waiting for the quiche to cook, so your dressing has had a chance to separate.
yes, my dressing totally separates. I'm going to re-shake it up. And usually I'll let the quiche set for 5 to 10 minutes, and that's usually enough time to try to corral all the humans at my house to come downstairs to actually eat dinner or from outside or wherever. So just going to throw this dressing on.
Now, again, that was some extra virgin olive oil and a flavored balsamic, a peach flavored balsamic.
And we'll see if we want to add some more. Let's see how it does once we mix it all up really fast. Because I like a heavy dressing. I'd say that was about a tablespoon of the balsamic and 3 tablespoons of the olive oil. It's not bad. Let me add a little bit more in a second, though. That's what I think we'll do.
All right.
Yeah, I like it. I like mine a little sweet. As I said earlier. It's looking good, though. You'll see, watch, the goat cheese is all like stuck at the bottom there, but we'll figure that in a second. Let's
Okay.
add a little bit more. Here's the peach and olive oil, just a tad bit more so that it gets a little, not soggier per se, but soggier. 3-1. Can never always get that exact right. But, oh, golly, there we go. There we go. I'll do another shake. Throw it on.
Nice.
It's like I need a song while I'm doing that.
Now you said you went to Murfreesboro for these,
Yeah.
which they do say the olive oil company on them,
Yes.
but it does say right here fine oils and balsamic vinegars, just in
Yes.
case anybody's getting a glimpse of the bottle.
Yes.
From
And there's also a place in that I get some of my olive oils from, and as well in the mall downtown and here in Tullahoma.
Nice.
I think it's Missy's Spice Shop or something like that. But they have this like jalapeno one that I had at one point that was really
Ooh.
good. Yeah, I like some spice. Let me grab this fork really fast and get this goat cheese that's like clogging that up. There we go. There we go. All right. Salad is done. And now we'll cut the quiche.
Now, do you usually serve this as a dinner? I mean, it seems like as a custardy. Is it based? You could almost do it as a breakfast. It's got eggs.
Oh, I do.
Bacon.
Yeah, it depends on honestly what the kids want. I usually do it for dinner.
Okay.
But I also do this same quiche on Christmas morning.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and the reason why I do that is because it's easy to prep almost everything the night before, and then I can, we can eat it as they're opening gifts. I can make a bunch of them and do
Right.
different types at night, and then in the morning while the kids are opening presents and spending time with and doing their thing, we eat with the grown-ups.
All right.
All right.
Nice too. As much as you think of holiday feasting, it must be nice to have just that one thing in your back pocket for that busy morning.
Absolutely.
That just comes together as easily as this has come together, and
Yes.
yet looks as lovely as
Yes.
it looks.
And we should have
And
let it
smells. I know we
Smells
wish you could. Yeah. Wish you could get that over the airwaves to you, but it's really a nice smell.
You want me to plate it?
Absolutely.
So as a heads up for you guys, if you can see this, that's how you know I should have let it set for a little bit longer, right in the middle there.
Sure.
But the rest of it is, oh yeah. Okay. Wow. Whoa, I dropped it.
Well, you've got another plate and a second chance.
That'll be mine. I dropped it. Here we go. Let's go. Let me get a better one for you, Kelly.
And again, as we said, we did leave it, we brought it right back out of the oven, which was still warm. We let it sit about 5 minutes, but you really do want to give it a little bit more time to
10
set up
minutes.
than we did coming back from
Here we go.
from commercial break.
That
But
one's better.
I assume you do still want it warm when you're eating.
You
You're
do.
letting it set. but you
And
want a
yours
warm
looks
quiche.
good. Yours is
Okay.
very Gruyere. Okay.
Gruyere.
Yes, yours looks much better than mine.
Gruyere.
Here we go. I'm going to give you some salad.
Oh, it looks lovely.
Okay. There's some on mine. There we go. Did you get blueberries? Let me make sure you get some blueberries. There we go.
Awesome. All right. So let's give that a little view in front of the camera there really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Get a good view
Yours
of
is
that,
prettier.
hopefully. Yeah. And we're going to certainly take a taste
Yeah,
now.
go for it.
Let's go for that. Oh, I love custard so much, and that looks so yummy and custardy. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, it's creamy. It's bacony, too.
That's very good. I don't want to stab myself to death with my knife there. Let me put that down.
I like how you aren't going for a second bite of it, but I'm
No,
going
wait,
for it.
no, no.
I'm like, I'm going to eat this right now.
I'm going to try both. They play nicely together. They really do. You get that nice, creamy, eggy, custardy type of with the taste with the quiche, but then you get this nice, bright, balsamic salad. That they're really, really good. Well, thank you so much for
Of
coming.
course. The great thing about the salad is it's like, it gets my kiddos to eat or my daughter to eat greens because it tastes sweet.
Oh, there you
You
go.
know what I mean? So,
Great idea for the Light Tube Kitchen. Thank you for joining us.
of course.
And thank you for being with us for this edition. And you can find us on demand. And if you have a recipe you would like us to try, you can give us a call, 571-7186. I answer the number at that line. You can also send us an email, lighttube, I was going to say news@lighttube.net, but that'll get to me. That'll get to me. It's not Tullahoma's cooking, but you know what we're talking about. And if you'd like to join us, if you've got a recipe you'd like to share, let us know. We can talk about it, and we might see you on the next Talking Tullahoma's Cooking. We got Talking Tullahoma coming up, too. Thank you for joining us.